All right, well, we got more news in women's hoops this week. Some surprising trades and shifts from the WNBA. 3 big moves. And we'll start with Brittney Griner, not a name that people were expecting to see. She's leaving the Phoenix Mercury after 11 seasons and going to the Atlanta Dream on a 1-year deal. Here is what she had to say in her very creative announcement.
We are out fishing right now. We got Jordan Canada.
What's up?
Ryan Howard. Alyssa Gray. Right here. Boom, boom. Well, I actually messed up on my intro. I need to introduce my new teammates because I will be joining the Atlanta Dream. Yo! Let's get it! Hey, let's get this, right? Let's get it. Let's do this, okay?
See, now I'm right. Now I'm really going
Yeah. Let them see it. Dream, baby.
So free agency has been everything I wanted it to be. Honestly, I was able to find where I wanted to go. And honestly, what led me to that decision ultimately was the team, the players, as individuals, and then also like my family. So, I mean, I'm thrilled for this chapter. It's my first time going into free agency. And it was cool, you know, it's a hard decision because, you know, you're leaving what you know, what I've known for my whole career. But I'm also, there's an exciting factor of like, okay, like this is like a rebrand now. Like this is like, I get to show them like something different.
All right, that's a wrap on BG Outside the Lines. I want to thank my teammates for being here, making this day special for me. Damn it. Thank you. Yeah, outside the paint.
Kasey, what did you think of that announcement?
Oh my gosh. Well, for one, I think that when you're making such a huge leap, leaving a team that you've been a part of for 11 seasons, and like she said, leaving your comfort zone, it felt so peaceful. It felt so calm. It felt so like she felt whole about the decision that she made, because you see a number of athletes that when they make those jumps, you can still kind of see that reservation or that processing, that acclimation period, and she seems very much already in it. So she's got some chemistry with some of the girls on that team, which is going to make it that much better. Friendship wise, I'm sure she's hyped to be playing with Ryan Howard, so there's just so many great elements to it. But I think that the announcement, I mean, how creative. You're on a boat, and at first when it started happening, I'm looking at the logo very closely because I was like, what are they wearing? And then that's when she was like, oh, I messed up my intro.
Yes.
So I thought that was fun in that sense. But what did you think about it?
No, I thought the exact same thing. And I've definitely been in situations before when maybe I'm like taping an announcement video and I do it the backwards way because I'm so excited to get just like right to the point, right? I bet that's what happened. They're like, wait, we didn't even do like the
really
anticipation and the build up to these are my new teammates, you know, the whole thing. So I thought it was super creative. I thought it was a fun way to do it. And I do love when people are able to give that like human
yes
announcement and rather than those like graphics that you see like breaking news, which those are important, those are great, but I think it is really cool to hear from the athlete themselves. So this was very creative, and it gives, you know, opens the door for other women to do the same thing. But kind of a shocking move because Atlanta is not this really powerhouse team, and so I think a lot of people are like, that's really interesting. But like she said, she's looking for this revamp, right? And so, you know, maybe even with the timing of Diana Taurasi and potentially retiring, maybe she's like, you know what, maybe this is my time, new era, go somewhere else. But maybe she can bring some dunks to Atlanta. We will see. I'm super excited about that. But the Mercury might have lost Brittney, but they also picked up all-star Alyssa Thomas. She's leaving the Connecticut Sun after spending her entire 10-year career in Connecticut, which is just incredible to think about the amount of time that both these women have spent at their organizations. The Sun are getting 3 players from this trade, with Alyssa Thomas and Ty Harris, Natasha Cloud, Rebecca Allen, and the number 12 overall pick. Thompson is one of the players during the Valkyries expansion draft that we were all saying, oh no, she's good, she won't be leaving the Sun. And so it's just funny now to see her in this position headed somewhere else. So what are your thoughts on this move?
I'm not too surprised by this move because a lot changed as soon as the season came to a close for the Connecticut Sun. You know, coaching and what the system was going to look like and what this roster needed to get over the hump. Because to be honest, one of the biggest things that I recall from the end of the WNBA regular season heading into the postseason as listed and favorably, the Connecticut Sun were supposed to be that sneaky team that could potentially outmatch and surpass the Aces or the Liberty. I mean, everyone everyone was rooting for the Liberty to pick up that championship, but the Connecticut Sun was the team in the shadows that could have overcome it. So they had so many elements to their play, a balanced attack when it came to offense and defense, and Alyssa Thomas was a big factor in that. But when the coaching change came about, you kind of saw how the light left a couple of those players' eyes. It just kind of circling back to Oklahoma. The coaching staff matters. The plan matters. The strategy matters. So Thomas leaving and heading to the Mercury, it shows that she's willing to kind of take a big workload there to help this team, because the Mercury didn't show up as much last season, but they can use key players to get them over the hump. So it's going to be interesting to see how that maps out. But I think that more so came from the fact that the Sun just kind of blew up their stability, and she was just ready to make a mark elsewhere.
Really, yeah. And it really does feel like Phoenix is trying to make big moves and win now, right?
Yeah,
They're like, okay, like we just lost Brittney. Who are we going to get? They're going to get Thomas. I've also heard conversations of Barner coming in there, a player who's a veteran as well. And so you can also see, yes, you want to draft young players and you want to get like that new thing on the market. But from a lot of these WNBA teams, it seems like they're really trying to build a foundational core of
around veterans,
older women, right, who have had experiences, not just are all-stars and have championship rings and all things, but women who have been through it, played on the same organization, known how to lead a team, and you can just see the importance that's really stemming down from the top of these organizations.
I actually think that that's such a crucial point to stick on for a minute, because I also think that's why Brittney Griner ended up in Atlanta. I mean, you said it, they weren't particularly that team that you watch, but after the Olympics, they kind of took advantage of having a bit of a winning surge there, and they were really strong when it came to their defensive elements. They were pretty okay when it came to their tempo, but Griner's experience can help make that complete package kind of thing. So the veteran take on a lot of these teams is probably a big approach to watch heading into the upcoming season. I love that you pointed that out.
Definitely. And even head coach Carl Smesko for Atlanta said this revamp, right? He wants to revamp this organization. And so you're pairing that with what Brittney's saying. It's clearly that something new and fun is going to be going on in Atlanta. So I'm super excited to see that. But we have one more big move. This was a multi-team move between the Seattle Storm, Las Vegas Aces, and the Los Angeles Sparks. Kelsey Plum is going from the Aces to the Los Angeles Sparks. Now she'll be with Cameron Brink. So I'm excited to see them play together. Plum is a two-time WNBA champion, 22 and 23, but she also recently got her jersey hung up at the University of Washington. Go Dogs, for being from Seattle. So here is a quick snapshot of what that experience was like.
Thank you, because everyone's a part of this journey, I didn't know there, but this is really just a testament to the women in the program that laid the foundation for me to do what I do. Possibly can, I promise you, anything is possible. Just a kid from Poway. So, that being said, go Dogs.
Okay, it must not be like fully a Husky, because I didn't know that means like Go Dogs, the W that she just threw up. So I grew up in Seattle, but I'm not a Husky through and through. But no, I loved her purple outfit. I thought that was so awesome. And what a cool moment for her to be celebrated in that way. But really, I am excited to watch her be paired with Cameron Brink. And I thought, oh man, look at this veteran presence with this, younger player. But they have known each other for a little bit. I think they had the same trainer, and Cameron Brink even publicly talked about how Kelsey has really poured into her in the sense of, hey girl, like get ready for the WNBA because it's going to be really hard. And one of the things that she did mention to her was like, get ready, like you're about to get beat up. Which I thought was so funny because, there's a lot of things that veteran players can probably tell you about coming into the league and whatever. And her thing was just straight up, you're about to get beat up. So get ready.
That's not exactly what I think I'd want to hear for my welcome to the league, but you're either going to hear it or you're going to feel it.
Right.
So I guess I'd rather hear it than feel it. But I'm pretty psyched for this move. I'm not going to lie. We felt a move coming for Kelsey Plum. Nothing against her game. Again, I just kind of circle back to the revenge theme, the resurgence theme, and I think there's elements of Plum's game that's going to resurge now being a part of the Sparks. For one, she just kept getting compared to A'ja Wilson over at the Aces. And then unfortunately, when you're known to be that leader, when you're known to be that clutch player, your game kind of gets left behind when somebody else is showing up in those clutch moments. And that was Wilson. If Plum put up 6 points in a game, like in game 2 for the finals, then and Wilson can go off in all categories. It just overshadows what you bring to the team. So I think that this is a fresh start for her in terms of I'm not washed up. I still have a lot to bring to this, and more importantly to this Sparks team. She's got such a bird's eye view of the game, which is brilliant. So she's going to be able to help them find passing lanes and get more of a consistent offense going, because that was the theme around the Sparks. Like, how do we get a consistent offense going? It was such an emotional roller coaster watching them have these good moments and then followed up by these just like, what is the identity of this team? So Plum is going to bring an identity to this team. And then, like you said, with her rejoining someone, having that chemistry, having that leadership quality and structure, it's going to be fun to see like what her resurgence looks like. Like, what is the revamp? That's a theme for a lot of these teams and players, but Kelsey Plum's one of those players that really deserves it, and I'm excited for her journey here.